Hello, I'm David Gerard and this is Pivot to AI, coming to you daily. Today, OpenAI loses even more executives just ahead of the IPO that's totally going to happen. OpenAI is going just great. The flagship of the AI AI revolution, advancing by leaps and bounds towards the big investor payoff. The initial public offering on the stock market, when all that imaginary private company equity value gets a proper dollar value at last. It'll be amazing. If anyone's left to do the offering, another OpenAI executive has left the company just yesterday. Chris Malone, OpenAI's head of data centers. It looks like Malone got reorganized out. OpenAI said in a statement, quote, "Earlier this year, we reorganized our infrastructure organization to support the scale and pace of our work. We have a strong, deeply experienced data center team in place, with clear leadership and the technical expertise to execute our plans." Unquote. Right. That would be more reassuring to potential IPO investors if OpenAI hadn't been hemorrhaging C-level staff. It's lost 13 executives just in 2026. OpenAI President Greg Brockman said to CNBC, after evading the question for a couple of minutes, on why so many executives were leaving OpenAI.
I actually think that the difference between OpenAI and other organizations is that we are so much in the spotlight, so every departure gets scrutinized in a way that it doesn't otherwise. I actually don't think that it's actually that atypical, kind of how we operate in the longevity of people. But I would say that we have an amazing leadership bench. I'm super excited about the team that we're working with.
I'm sure you are, Greg. I'm sure you can tell us who it was who so unfairly put OpenAI in the spotlight, just as you're trying to do an IPO. These former executives are also leaving a ton of OpenAI equity on the table, just before there's supposed to be the big IPO cash out. What do they know that we don't? Well, they'll know a lot of details, but we have the broad outlines. OpenAI's revenues just are not enough to make up all the company's financial promises. It's been going around again just this week, but we covered in January how OpenAI has $80 billion of debts due this year, 2026. And that's $80 billion of actual money, not OpenAI shares. These are bills that the company's been putting off since 2024. OpenAI does not have the cash flow to pay that in time. There are just not enough customers paying enough money, and there are not going to be. Consumers can't fill the hole, and enterprise customers are already choking on this year's price rises. OpenAI can probably kite this year's bills to next year, but not longer. They've already got another $50 billion due in 2027, in, again, actual dollars. Then there's all the data centers. They're getting built for them with hundreds of billions of dollars of other people's money. And the rest of the AI bubble companies need that OpenAI cash flowing to them to pay their own bills. So, OpenAI needs to get it together to IPO on the stock market and make their cash gap everyone else's problem. SpaceX managed an IPO, and they soaked up so much of the available investment cash. Anthropic is also trying to exit with an IPO. OpenAI has filed a draft S1 with the SEC in June, but it might not have a final version until next year. So what happens if OpenAI can't IPO soon? They need to do one last round of investment, if there's anyone left to invest even more money. SoftBank is running short, while OpenAI is still burning money as fast as they can. I suspect that sometime in 2027, OpenAI will not quite be able to pay all its bills on time. Sam Altman will reassure us that everything is fine. The revolution is here. It's all ready. The singularity. Just send us even more money. Stop worrying so much. Thanks for tuning in to Pivot to AI. On Monday, we're doing the end of the month patron read for our supporters on Patreon and YouTube. It's strictly opt-in, so you can get your name in on the Patreon post or email me directly. Join the illustrious crew of very wise and pretty individuals. Just drop your $5 into the Patreon link in the show notes. Or if you prefer YouTube, hit the join button below the video. Supporters get extras, like previews of our interview podcasts. Friday's interview is with climate researcher Ketan Joshi, and supporters can hear that right now. There's also another sale on at Redbubble, so this is the moment to get yourself a nice Pivot to AI shirt, or a mug, or several more stickers for your laptop, and you will help Pivot to AI keep running. Thank you all. I will see you tomorrow, and bye for now.